time I knew what happiness
Strike me handsome! How you You blokes need to learn self-discipline. Either get it off me, or you get in the army, or get it in the Foreign Legion. Now get up to Yarrawonga, and you blokes are going to work, and you're gonna like it, all right? Get up there, Spider! Fucking Spider!
You're smiling, no smile.
Take the glasses off.
Eyes, open the eyes up.
Hold it.
Fueled by the knowledge that brothers had not won back-to-back premierships in nearly 10 seasons, the club realised that extra work was required to achieve this. The club was renowned for resting on its laurels and losing some unlosable premierships in years past. It was left to coaches Ace Kenner and Al Lumphead to bring the players to a new level of fitness.
Come on, Pokemon, find something, get up again!
Not all embraced this fanatical new fitness regime, and there were casualties along the way. However, the coaches showed the way to promised glory, setting an example for all players to follow, who could not help but be inspired. The players continued to remain completely focused on the job at hand. Training was varied as to adapt to the January weather, and so the fish took to the water. These sessions had to be curtailed after 2 near drowning incidents and Al Lumphead's choice of swimming attire. Gym training was also identified as a necessity for future success. The players were put through varying drills and techniques which they adapted to with no problems. Here is footage of Spider the cross-dresser Dowd showing off his boxing technique, one that he would soon fail to put to good use. Under the expert guidance of powerlifting champion Sean Muir, the players focused on good technique as a priority. This was a philosophy that was to be drummed home all season. Every muscle, every sinew was put to the test at Tropical Body's gym in preparation for a season of endurance both on and off the field. The season kicked off with the Andrew Pacey Memorial Shield in Rockhampton. Confidence was high due to the level of fitness the players were at. But alas, lack of depth in the forwards and oppressive heatwave conditions told in the end. And even Egg's inspirational words, "Let's give it to these guys," could not get the brave lads home. This was the last trophy that brothers were to lose. Much discussion and healthy debate was conducted at the traditional after-match function where nearly everyone had a great night. Unfortunately, Spider, the cross-dresser Dowd, let the side down when he was found vomiting on the bathroom floor for 20 minutes. Totally embarrassed by the cross-dresser's actions, Al Lumphead was moved to quit. Unfortunately, he reinstated himself before the resignation could be accepted.
Already, you asked too many questions!
The Burdekin Sevens would be an even tougher test. Burdekin had 5 of the starting Townsville back line, were on home soil, had pace that brothers could not match, size that brothers could not match, and representative players that brothers could not match. The final was no match at all, brothers 28, Burdekin 0. The second week into the season proper, the club lost 6 A-grade players and 9 under-19s to the Brolgers side. The ranks were decimated, but the remainder held their own and in the process still managed to win the Patrons Cup and the important John Fry Memorial Trophy. Backs were turned into makeshift forwards, past greats were brought back and old favourites called upon. The club scratched and scraped its way through this period where more departures occurred. The TDRU, in its wisdom, had scheduled its season smack in the middle of the cross-dressers surfing holiday around Australia.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be baking the scene. I loaded up my woody with the boards on top, and I put on my faded blue jeans, 'cause we're a Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning now. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. At Huntington, Malibu, they're shooting the beer. At Rincon, they're walking the nose. We're going on safari to the islands this year, so if you're coming, get ready to go. We're gonna go surf, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. We're gonna surf, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me.
Some extra finals experience was going to be required though, and the forwards' depth still needed bolstering. Dinger Bell answered the call in his 10th straight season with brothers to raise the spirits of all and sundry. Going into the finals, A grade were minor premiers, reserve grade were undefeated, and the under-19s were starting to find out where training was conducted. Reserve grade and A grade both took the easy route to the grand final with hard-fought wins over Teachers West. The under-19s continued their charge to the grand final with an impressive knockout win over Uni. With players at training and a full side on the paddock, the Colts were starting to find their feet. This was followed by another impressive win over Teachers the following week. The under-19s, led by their captain Robert Keir, who had by this stage recovered from a flogging he received at training from teammate Pat Hegarty, was leading a runaway steam train that had set up all three brothers' teams for grand final success. Alas, it was not to be. The Colts got off to a slow start but hit back with a classic try to Ben Collins following numerous phases. However, Grammer continued making roads out wide and eventually got the upper hand. There was some courageous cover defence by the Colts, but the lack of training and fitness told in the end. Far from disgraced, the boys then proceeded to do the right thing and drink themselves into oblivion away from the bustling crowd. By now, the crowd was swelling and Frank Fanning was whipping them into a frenzy. The reserve grade, with an undefeated season on the line and two previous grand final losses, had all the pressure on them against the Ross River Redskins Invitational 15, who, despite only meeting 20 minutes before their semi, have managed to win their way through to their first reserve grade final. Brothers, though, had seen enough of the newcomers, and the Danger Men were shut out with smashing defence from the forwards, led by Damien Crocker, Mel Dowd and Jukebox Moore, who was full of hits. A confidence-boosting try to Eamon Ferretti and a return to the lost art of toe punt goal kicking, which incidentally was abandoned prematurely, gave Brothers the lead at half-time. The match was sealed by a barnstorming Totai Kefu-like try to Crocker following 13 phases of lead-up work. This sealed the undefeated season for coaches Mel Dowd and Jack Copeland, and by this stage our cameraman, the Mad Rooter, could hardly contain his delight. And so the A grade came out for one of the greatest grand finals in TDRU history. The first try to Brendan Hiscox proved crucial at the end of the day's proceedings. Set up by the cross-dresser, it followed great structured lead-up work from a set play. The lead, though, seesawed throughout the match, but like the reserve grade, the defence from Brothers at times was punishing and desperate. Also like the reserve grade, the Brothers forwards and backs combined for long phase play for a Matthew Buchanan try in the corner, with magical vision from captain Ant Martin. Dominic Byrne, back from his safari with the cross-dresser, converted from the sideline, notwithstanding his refusal to adopt the now popular toe-punting style. Eventually, after numerous penalty shots at goal by the Cane Toads, the referee in frustration threw the ball over the crossbar and awarded the Burdekin 3 points to send the game into overtime. Another freakish around-the-corner kick from Dominic Byrne in the first period of extra time, though, was enough for back-to-back premiership success for the Brethren. The after-match scenes were full of joy when the full-time whistle was blown and the trophy presented. Al Lumphead was moved to forgive the cross-dresser for his fish-fest indiscretions. Ace Kenner and Ant Martin were hounded by the world's media to give interviews. Nick Pedrozzini even managed to get himself into a photo opportunity once again, despite making his first appearance at U Street for the year. Even the Mad Rooter found something to keep him happy. Another season is over and the work is done for now. And once again the players fell back into a weekend of reflection on their achievements. A season where they have gone from also-rans in the under-19s to grand finalists, runners-up in reserve grade to undefeated premiers, and in A grade from premiers to back-to-back premiers. A season to be proud of, but still the perfect season remains out there. A distant memory back to 1973.
Where's Cartman? Yeah, come on.
Where it began, I can begin to know it. But then I know that it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed, you know?